Hi, and thank you for listening. This is Sherry Andrea, and I appreciate you. I wanted to talk a little bit about the topic of protecting your energy. Specifically because I think that sometimes you hear people talk about things that happen to them and it making them decide to go into a practice of protecting their energy by withdrawing themselves. And that's what I want to talk about right now. Okay, before we get started, you can find me at sherryspeaks.com. There you can find 80 plus Reiki attunements from $2.50 and up. I recently did a video about the lie about people who are self-attuned not being able to attune other people. You need to listen to that video. It's a really good video, and it also points you to a link to another video to listen to a really good video that is the history of Reiki. One of the best ones that I've listened to and heard so far. Okay, also on my website you can find services such as I have the service of a deep clearing that I offer that is really popular. The deep clearing is only $15, so it is at a very affordable price. What I do is, I would say, more effective than those who are even offering clearings for $150, $200, $300. So I'm only charging $15, not because it's not effective, but because I just don't believe in ripping people off. So also you can find at my website services such as psychic readings, which it's actually a channeling. I channel my higher self. On the website you can find testimonials in case you want to hear what other people have to say about my readings, my healings, the attunements they're receiving. They are attunement courses, so keep in mind that means you order the attunement and then you go back and log into the website. You do the attunement, and I have a graphic for all the attunements that I have imbued with the energy of the attunement. If you've gotten an attunement from somebody else, they've probably sent you an email with instructions on how to get it from a chi ball that they created. This is a little bit easier than that. I don't really believe that most people can effectively create a chi ball. So this is actually a very effective way of attuning you. Your ability, whether or not you feel something is going to be based on your ability to feel energy. So anyway, just to keep this short, just go to the website, browse around. You'll find a little bit of everything there. Remember to like and share this video, and also please do subscribe because it really does help me out. If you are into metaphysics, Reiki, spirituality, then definitely go ahead and subscribe. It will not only help me out, but then also you'll be notified. After you subscribe, remember to hit the little bell that you see and set your notifications to however you want so that you will get the notification. Okay. Thank you for letting me get that out of the way. Okay, so like I said, this is about protecting your energy. I've heard many people, after they've had certain experiences, maybe bad experiences, say, I'm going to protect my energy, and they talk about how they are going to limit themselves. They're going to kind of step back from people. They're not going to let people close to them. They're not going to let people in their world. And this actually isn't protecting your energy. This is not, and it's not the proper way to protect your energy. And actually, If you're working on yourself spiritually and you're advancing, you're meditating, you're doing some spiritual work every day, like maybe you're chanting mantras or decrees or praying, or even a practice of saying the rosary a couple of times a day, then what you're doing is you're working at eventually permanently raising your vibrations. This is what truly leads to helping you protect your energy and protect yourself. You're not going to protect yourself just from holding back, just from saying, I'm not going to associate with a lot of people. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to stay away. I'm going to let my circle be very small. I'm not going to let people in. I'm not going to give them the chance to hurt me. Also, here is the thing. There's another reason why, I would say you can't do that, and why it's not a good idea to want to do it. Because the experiences, and I'm sorry if you can hear a little bit of wheezing. I'm a little congested right now. It's the evening, and all of a sudden in the evenings, I get a little stuffy sometimes. And the weather's been so weird lately, up and down, up and down. It's warm, it's hot, it's warm, it's hot. So forgive me if you hear some wheezing. The thing is that, it's not a good thing to want to protect your energy, because you have to keep one really important key in mind, is that when you incarnated, you had planned to learn certain lessons and to learn certain things in this lifetime. You basically set yourself up to have some rough experiences in which to learn from. And I know that they can really be hard on us. They can be really hard. And they can make us want to pull back. But the reality is, if we never had anything tough to deal with, we wouldn't learn anything. Because literally we learn by way of the experiences we get in our lifetime. So when people talk about protecting their energy, this is almost like saying, this is a fear response. This is almost like a PTSD response. Like, I was hurt. I had to go through something rough. And now I want to protect myself. I never want that to happen again. But if that's what they're saying, that means that they probably, whatever that lesson was, they haven't finished learning the lesson, which means the lesson keeps coming at you. And it's going to keep coming at you until finally you've learned from it and you've passed the test. So avoidance is not the key. Avoidance is not the answer. If you're really serious about your spiritual advancement and your metaphysical advancement, avoidance is not the key. The key is, instead, don't have fear and let fear hold you back. Say to yourself, what did that point at that I need to work on or that I needed to learn from? There's always an answer. There's always a reason why you had to have that experience. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's an experience because you did something wrong or an experience because something was done wrong to you. Or because you did something wrong and then people were not, compassionate about you making a mistake. That's a lot of times what happens. We make mistakes and people are don't show us compassion over the fact we made a mistake. We make a mistake which already caused us some suffering, and it's like they kick us while we're down. And that's what a lot of people experience that have them sometimes wanting to pull back. Like saying, I'm never going to deal with that person again. Because while I was already going through something bad, yeah, I made a mistake, but while I was already going through something bad, they made it even worse by treating me horrible for it. Instead of helping me at the time, showing love to me at the time. So that is a lot of the times the reasons why we kind of want to pull back, because something, it caused us great pain and we don't want to go through that pain anymore. However, there's a reason for it. There was something you were supposed to learn from it. Stop feeling bad long enough to investigate it. Long enough to see it from all perspectives and see what it is you really needed to see from it, what you needed to learn from it. But don't just say, I'm going to protect my energy. I mean, I actually saw a YouTube video that somebody did about this, and I'm like, oh my goodness. She's actually teaching her followers to now do the same thing she is. She's actually making a teachable lesson out of this and telling people it's okay and it's good to like pull back and to want to go into avoidance mode, go into fear mode. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's actually now teaching people because she was hurt to do this. No. You are going to suffer. You are. There is no spiritually advance, and eventually you're going to get to this point of love and light where everything's just going to be so great and so perfect. No. There are still going to be things that you go through that are going to hurt you. People are going to still occasionally hurt you. You are going to suffer, but not for no reason. There is a point to it. You're supposed to learn from it. It is supposed to make you a better person. And believe me, the pain doesn't last as long as it seems like it's going to. You will get to a day where you look back and it's just a story you tell, and you no longer feel that suffering and that gut punch in your stomach, every time you think back about it. So I just want to say, a better way to protect your energy is to always be in that learning mode. What can I learn from this? Yes, and sometimes it is learning who to associate with and how to tell who you want to associate with and who you want to keep a little distance from. I'm not saying to hide from, but keep a little distance from. If there's somebody around you that tends to be just an energy vampire, or they're a user, they're constantly, there they are, they're knocking again, they're trying to come in again because they need. They always have a problem. They always have a need. They may be using you. And no, you don't want to let people continually use you. Even when you're on a spiritual path, that does not mean you have to lay down and let people walk all over you. No, actually, what it means is quite the opposite. You need to exert the strength that you're learning to have. You need to know when to be strong, and you need to know when to be passive. The best way you're going to protect your energy is by spiritually advancing. That's the key. Raising your vibrations. If you want something that you could actually search on, do a Google search and search on the internet, I won't just say spiritually advance. I won't just leave that hanging out there what does she mean? Look up about permanently raising your vibrations. You can do this by doing simple practices. Meditate at least once a day. A passive meditation, meaning no thoughts. Just a passive meditation. Do something that raises your... Now, yes, meditation does raise your vibrations, but also do something that greatly raises your vibrations, such as maybe for a period of time, starting with maybe 15 minutes, and then increase it over time. Chant decrees, mantras, Even the rosary. I used to say the rosary. I had a goal at one time, this is ages ago, to say the rosary 3 or 4 times a day. Look, if you really get into it, saying the rosary can be very, very powerful in raising your vibrations. So you can go with something that's more along the traditional religion lines, prayers, but try to make sure that they are high vibrating prayers, such as the Lord's Prayer. You can repeatedly say the Hail Mary. That is one of the things that for a period of time I did as well. But you want to make sure it's high vibrating. If you want to know more about what I mean by that, there is an awesome book called The Science of the Spoken Word by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. It is great with explaining how words, phrases have vibration and how some phrases are high vibrating, such as I am that I am is a very high vibrating phrase. So I do have some clients that had chosen to simply repeatedly say that. It is one of the names of God. It is also a high vibrating phrase. So if for 15 minutes you'd like to sit in a slightly meditative state and repeatedly say that out loud, saying it out loud does make a difference. Or saying it in Hebrew. I say it in Hebrew many times. And if you want to learn how to say all the names of God in Hebrew, if you go to Kryon.com, Kryon.com. He has, or just search it, just Google it. Google Kryon.com, names of God in Hebrew. He has all of these channelings. They're individual channelings. I can't remember if I think there's 12 of them actually, where it's kind of like a lesson. You could look at it that way. A series of lessons about the names of God, and he has the audio so that you can learn how to pronounce it in Hebrew. It's awesome. So if you'd like to do that. But the best way to protect your inner energy is to spiritually advance. Raise those vibrations permanently. Work on it, and it's going to make a noticeable difference to you even after only a few weeks of practicing, meditating and saying either mantras, decrees, or prayers. You're going to see a noticeable difference in what you can do related to your energy work, related to how effective your meditations are, how effective your metaphysic abilities are. You will notice probably that you are more open. You can use your intuition more easily. You can even do readings more easily. And what you get, you're getting more information in a more easier way. So definitely keep that in mind, and feel free to comment. Feel free, as long as it's positive, keep it positive, nothing negative. Feel free to comment, and like I said, please do remember to like this video, share it, and absolutely subscribe. I thank you for listening. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Namaste.